What's up, y'all? I'm back on YouTube. I've been here, but you know, she's been a little busy. I am such a fan of Scream and all things Scream, so I was like, why not do a video about Scream 7? As we see here, I went to the fan event. It was so fucking fun. I had a great time. I went with friends. I wanted to make a video because it's been on my mind and I've been watching other videos and getting feedback, and I've seen the movie twice now. I will be seeing it again and again and again and again and again as we do. But I wanted to make like a discussion slash like thing, like just talking about the movie and like what I liked, what I didn't like, what worked, what I wish was different. And I want to start the video off by saying this is not a bad movie. It's not a bad Scream movie by all means. There are people that have been like, oh, this is like the worst one. This is the, I feel like if you're not, obviously if you're not a fan, or if you are a fan and you have like high expectations for a movie or like a franchise in general, sorry, my notebook just fell. You're obviously gonna have very strong opinions, and I just don't agree with all of them. I think overall, like I think it was a really well done movie. Obviously, I have some opinions as well, but I'm not just discounting it as the worst Scream movie. There are some that, like, I will say this is the one franchise that is consistent, that does its job, that has not let me down since. And I'm really happy with it. I'm happy it is where it is. I am gonna get to the ranking of it compared to the other ones, but we'll get there at the end. And I think we'll just start there. No, it's not a bad movie. Like, sorry, it's not. No matter how you want to slice it, pun intended, it's not the worst one in the series. It's not like, just because you feel like that's cute and all, have your opinion. I'm sure it feels great to say that you just hate something, because people love to do that all the time. This was the first Scream movie that like I was actually like scared. I was like a little like, oh shit. Like 6 did that for me too, but this one definitely took it up a notch in means of like actually scaring me. Like I was a little shook. I was a little like, ugh. And like, you know, it's what, the 7th movie. It's 30 years of this. I watched the first Scream movie when I was 5 years old. So like I've been with this franchise and with these characters for such a long time that I was like, okay, the stakes are higher. Like Sidney's got kids now. She's trying to move on. She's trying to like, you know, get her life together and like actually like, you know, be past this shit. Like she's done and tired of it. So yeah, I was definitely like a little shook the first time watching it. Like, okay, like who's gonna go, who's gonna not, what are the kills gonna be like? And this Ghostface, I mean, like I feel like we say this every movie, but this Ghostface felt different. Like there was definitely like a lot more violence. There was a lot more like brutality, a lot more like, I don't care, like I'm just gonna, you know, kill these people, which I mean, obviously like that's what the goal is of a Ghostface, is to kill and then like get the monologue and then go after Sidney or whoever's involved with her. But yeah, definitely have me on the edge of my seat. I have a theory that has been talked about in a couple other videos that I've watched recently, and I have a theory about the opening scene, and I think the opening scene is one of my favorite scenes in the movie. I think that is a kind of leading into 8. I feel like the opening scene is meant for movie 8, which they have to do because like duh, like there's so much more that you know we could get out from 7 into 8, and honestly bring Sam and Tara back, because those were like some of the best characters in the franchise that are still alive. You know, within 7, they're still alive, they're just not there. But like we have Mindy and Chad, also some of the best characters, probably my favorite characters of the franchise. Sorry, biased. The opening scene was just a lead in to 8, and I feel like that's gonna continue on in 8, and there's another killer that's still out there that's just like either really connected to Sam and Tara, or super connected to Sidney. I don't know who it could be. We're bringing people back to life now, so I mean, who knows? I feel like those were two separate movies, because they do talk about it, but it's like not as super, like Sidney just like blows it off. Like they bring it up to her twice. Like the Ghostface call, the first Ghostface call in 7 is, you know, he jokes about like, oh, it was heating up last night, and then Gail is like, you know, they burned down Schumacher's house, and she's just kind of like, you know, like she just doesn't like seem to, like she's not focused on that obviously, but it's such a big thing to burn down the most iconic house in the franchise, and then for them to just like be like, okay, next. Another video I watched where they were like, why would the ghost faces of this movie that were revealed in this movie be in California and then go all the way to where Sydney's at? And then also like the time and then like like, yeah, it just doesn't, I have high hopes that they continue on with that story. And those kills were really great. And like to open up the movie with that, and like it took, like, sorry, I love the opening scene so much. The way they took their time, that literally, it scared me. I was like, oh my gosh, like I kind of knew, like I'm like, oh, they're gonna switch out the animatronic Ghostface with the real one. And when he was like, oh, he moved, I like that was, oh, like I was like, here we go, here we fucking go. Honestly, now that I'm thinking about it, I don't even think the the three killers in Seven even mention burning down the house, or like maybe there's like a fourth one, or like there's five of them and it's a whole pact of them just like let's just kill this bitch, you know. You know, like, which it's not gonna work. But yeah, so that's my theory on the opening scene and Scream 8, and I really hope that there is a Scream 8. I'm sure there will be, because like, come on, like this is a huge fan base and it's a franchise. Like, they're not gonna stop. If we can have this many Jasons and, you know, whatevers, then I'm sure we can do more. Like, this is a very successful franchise. My favorite kills, I actually, this movie has actually some of my favorite kills that I even, like, after like the credits were rolling, I was like, this is like it's gonna go down as an iconic kill in like horror history, in my opinion. Going in order is the couple in the beginning, I don't remember their names, but the woman that's fighting off Ghostface first in the opening scene. I wish, honestly, the way she was fighting and like her acting, let's just start there. First up, sorry, I'm all over the place. The acting in this movie honestly saved it from the things that I just don't really agree with, or like that I just didn't really like. The acting saved it. Everyone did a great job. Everyone showed up to work and knew what they were doing. They knew how big this movie was gonna be and how big it is. So kudos to all the actors, all the returners, all the new people. But I love the woman in the beginning that was fighting off Ghostface and that unfortunately dies and gets lit on fire, which was also like super, like, I always get like, I hate when like it makes me emotional, but I'm just like, damn, like I kind of liked her. I was like, don't kill her, you know, but like, she ends up dying, which sucks, but I would have liked to have seen her like do more of the chandelier situation. I wish they didn't give so much of it away in the trailer, but like we knew. But when she falls on the knife, the lighting on fire, even the boyfriend getting stabbed in the eye and it like turned, that was crazy. I was like, this guy doesn't give a fuck. The kill that I said was gonna go down in history was the McKenna Grace kill. One, it's McKenna Grace, like, duh. But just the whole like build up, it was very tense, it was eerie. She was confused, like everything was just great, going well. And then we have her like swaying back and forth, and then she gets sliced open. I was like, whoa. And then it kind of was reminiscent of the Tatum kill, where like she's just hanging there and like the guts are out and she's dead. But even just like Sidney coming in and seeing what's going on and being like, what the fuck, like, not this again, like, she was about that business. She was like, bitch, I'm tired of this shit. So that whole scene was great. That is one of my favorite kills of the movie. It's just an iconic scene. Like, you can't get away from that. Like, I think people are going to be dressing up as McKenna Grace sliced open in a fairy costume for Halloween this year. And if you're not, I will. I know we've seen Sidney in like a semi-cat fight with Jill in 4, but I loved this one. This was like a full-on, like a ghost face, like, you know, it was just like two women going at it, and I was like, of course, rooting for Sidney, but I loved the choreography of it. I loved the like rope thing, because I feel like Sidney's been in one of those before. But then I love when Sidney is like, has like the screwdriver or like, I guess a knife or something, and she like is like figuring it out in like real time and is like, bitch, I'm gonna fuck it. You know, she just switches it up and she's like, how do you fucking like? Because that's how Ghostface stabs, is he just kind of jabs at the midsection. But I loved that. Anna Camp was fucking amazing. I didn't know it was her. The reveal was good. The motive was like, but the reveal was, I mean, the motive makes sense. The way she explained it made sense. Yeah, I like all of it. I love all of Anna Camp. Like, she tore that up. She was a really good Ghostface. Like, crazy as fuck. Like, she was giving Psycho. And I'm pretty sure, like, we kind of figured out, like, that she was in a psych ward too, right? I think I have to rewatch it again. Whatever. She put up a big fight. The adrenaline, the psychotic nature, the like, she's not gonna die until we shoot her in the head, and they shot that bitch up. Like, they were that her face literally face crack, bitch. Like literally, they and I love that Tatum came in and was like, "Girl, let's get this bitch dead. Like, I'm tired of it." So yeah, those are my three favorite kills. What was great about this movie? What was great about this movie? So many things. There's so many great things, and then there's also so many things that I'm like, that could have been different. But I still love this movie. I'm such a fan. Like, I just can't put it away. You know what I mean? What I really liked was obviously the acting. I loved that it felt nostalgic of the first one. Like, there was obviously like winks and nods to like the very first Tatum's boyfriend coming through the window, like with Billy and Sidney. We have, he gives that whole like monologue too, and is like just literally repeating the movie that's made after Sidney's life, but after Scream 1. I love that Nev comes in and is like, what you doing behind the bed? Like, I know how this works. Like, I know this. Like, stop fucking with me. I love Chad and Mindy. I wish they were utilized more. I love those characters so much. They're some of my favorites because they are, the continuation of Randy, especially Mindy. I love Mindy so much. I was scared that she was gonna die. I would not want either of them to die, but if they had to kill one of them, sorry, I would want it to be Chad, because Mindy's just so, like, I love her. Like, and also, like, representation does matter. I saw her in 5, and I was like, I want to be in a Scream movie. I wanted to be in a Scream movie since I watched the first one. I was like, I want to be like with the gang and like fighting a ghost face and like, whatever, whoop-de-whoop. But yeah, I love Mindy so much. She's one of my favorite characters. I would love to, if you're watching this, talent agencies or Nev Campbell or Kevin Williamson, I want to be in a Scream movie. Put me in there. I'll die first. I don't care. I want to be like, I don't know, put a gay character in there. Come on. You know you want to. I really like Chad and Mindy being back. I'm glad they didn't die. I wish they had more screen time. I also wish they actually like interacted with Sidney, because I feel like they didn't in 5 and they didn't in 7 either. And they're like in her house while like her and Gail are talking in the other room. And then they have like a moment with Tatum and before they go to the bar. But like, other than that, they have never seen them both, like the three of them on screen together, which doesn't bother me, but it does. I'm like, just like, come on, and I would be cute to have like a scene with like Jasmine Savoy and Nev Campbell, and then be like, oh, like you are just like Randy, like something like that. Just like tenderize it up a bit, because it's like I love those characters and I love Sidney, and I'm like, I want there to be like a comfortable, like family, because they are a family, like being trapped into this shit together, like, they're all part of it. I love that there were chase scenes again. The house chase scene where the ghost faces in the attic, that was fucking crazy. That brought me some like, oh, this is fresh, this is new, and we got a chase scene out of it. Like, I love it. You have to have a chase scene in a Scream movie. Like, duh, that's like the whole thing. The build-up, the phone call, the chasing, inevitable death of one of the characters, or like, they get away. I will say that the house chase scene and then killing off the first of the 3 ghost faces, or 4 or 5, I don't fucking know, of the cult, was really great. I love when Gail knocks that bitch out with her car. So fun. Like, my whole theater was dying because we were like, who hit him? But also it was just funny because it was like, we've never seen a ghost face get hit by a car and then die, which was like so cool. Like, that, changing that up, bringing it to be more fresh. But then when Gail gets out of the car, you're like, oh my God, of course this bitch hit him. Like, of course they're on their fucking way to help her out. And of course she's trying to get the story, and then like, she saves it. It was just so funny. And it was it brought the comedy, like it lightened it up a bit, because it was getting a little, it was getting crazy. But then of course Gail is like the comic relief, and she's fun, and we love Courtney Cox so much. What I wished was different, which I kind of what I'll start with is, I do wish that Chad and Mindy were used a little bit more. I wish they had more of because they're like, this is their 3rd time with Ghostface, and they got like a stab in the chest and then a slice in the stomach, and then that was it. And then they just come back for the end. They could have been used some more. I feel like the bar scene was long enough, but I feel like they could have definitely fit more of Chad and Mindy getting some blows in, maybe them like knocking one ghost face out while another one comes in. They're like, fuck, this isn't over. And then maybe like get them wounded and then passed out. Like maybe like, you know, they're not weak. Like they've been through it so many times, especially Chad. Like he got stabbed like a bunch of times by two ghost faces and then just was still alive. So it's like for him to get one stab in the chest and then Mindy getting stabbed in the stomach again and then just they're like passed out taking a nap. Like come on, like those are some good characters. Hopefully they're back in 8 and hopefully Melissa and Miss our good Judy, Miss why am I blanking right now? I should know this. Jenna Ortega come back and we have the core 4 back together. That'd be great. But yeah, I wish they were utilized more. That's my note for that. The AI thing. I hated that. I think that was my least favorite part of the movie. I was actually like watching it. I was like, okay, like maybe Stu is back. And I would have actually preferred that rather than just AI. Like, come on, guys. Like, I do love that the meta commentary on it where he was like the son of Anna Camp was like, that's literally the death of civilization, which yes, stop using AI. But it's like one that's giving another serial killer some idea in the future in like in real life, which I don't like that because it's like we're already seeing some crazy shit with AI done already, which I hate AI. I wish it would die. I wish we would just have laws banning it everywhere because we don't fucking need it. There's no need for it. We can just use our brains and we can be creative and we can search things already with Google. It's like we don't need extra stuff or like video. Like we don't need that. We don't fucking need that. Like go back to using your brain and being creative. I have a whole other video on AI. Like why? Like I was just like, oh, and I really didn't even want to see Dewey in that way either. Like I love David Arquette, love Dewey, obviously. I literally teared up when I first saw 5 and he died. Iconic death, but like it was so sad. But I was like, I didn't want to see him in that way. And then I didn't want to see Roman Bridger, and then I didn't want to see Nancy Loomis. I was just kind of okay with just Stu being like if they were gonna use AI, keep it with Stu. The like TV thing, didn't like that. I wish that was cut. I wish they would have just had the phone call and that was it. Like it cheesed up. Like the movies can seem cheesy in a good way, like in a funny comedic way. But like cheesing it up with more technology, I was like, haven't we done that? Like, haven't we? I don't know. Like, I thought it was just a weak part of the movie that could have just been left out. I think it would have been more impactful and more iconic to actually have Stu be back because Matthew Lillard is obviously in the movie, but it's like when that first FaceTime call where he's calling her at the coffee shop and he's like, I'm at the school, gonna get this bitch. I was like, this is some crazy shit. Like he's really back. He's really in there. Cause it's like, again, that's what AI does. It makes you think that it's all real and it's really not. But it's like, that was a great, like, I was like, I literally perched up in my seat. I was like, huh, what's happening? Like, I was just as shook as Sidney was when she saw that. It's like, one of the ghost faces is like, yeah, that's John. And everyone's like, huh? And then like, just the phone call before, Sidney's like, yeah, no one knows, no, his body wasn't even admitted to the morgue. So it's like, you're teasing in trailers and like all this stuff leading up. And then on the poster, Matthew Lillard is right there. And then we get his body's never been reported to the morgue. The ghost face lies and says, oh yeah, he's been here for 16 years. He just got out 2 weeks ago, the same time as other first ghost face that got killed was released. And then he's on the FaceTime call, which I would have bought. But it's like, now that scrap that, just go to AI and just cop it out. Like what? Like what? No. That's why I'm hopeful that 8 is the continuation of 7. And well, I mean, they're all continuations of each other, but I'm hoping it's a 2-part situation where they had a one big script and they were like, okay, 2 movies, Wicked style. And they were like, let's just have Stu actually be back and helping these new ghost faces. And he actually burns down his house and then he's back in 8 and they're like, oh, we thought you were actually dead. But it's like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. It's crazy. But then that also could like leave it up to, which I feel like Jill is actually dead, but I feel like if Jill came back, that would be some tea. That I would gag for, because that bitch is also crazy. But she did get shot in the heart, I guess, and she fell down. But they could also go back to their own rules and be like, she wasn't shot in the head, so maybe she just died. They put her in the morgue. She got out. Someone let her out. We saw it in Scream Queens. We saw it in, there's so many movies where like people aren't really dead and they just like fake it out and whatever, you know? I don't know. Something to think on. Something I've been thinking about. Why did we have AI if we had all this like lead up to Stu being alive, and then it was just like we were getting edged till the end, and then it's like 3 psycho people that were in the sane asylum, and Anna Camp just wants Sidney to be killing people again. Anna Camp wants to die. That's basically what she got what she wanted. She was like, I want Sidney to come back and kill Ghostfaces, and she did. Going back to things I loved this. Obviously, adore Nev Campbell. She's like my favorite actress, favorite character. Sidney's my favorite character in any horror franchise because she's literally a survivor, and I look up to that. Like she gives me like, she's part somewhere in here, she gives me like that, like I'm gonna keep going, I'm gonna keep doing my shit, but then like fixing my shit, getting shit together, and then continuing on with my life. So I look up to Sidney and Nev Campbell in those ways. She's like, past my prime, please. Like, bitch, I fucking killed you. I took out this whole fucking squad. I barely left with a scratch. She got pretty banged up. But another thing that made me laugh was when Anna Camp is like, Sidney, and she's like, please, bitch. She's like, if you don't come out here and fight and get this work, I'll find you myself. Those were some really funny details that I love that Sidney or Nev Campbell probably added, or like they wrote for her, which was so cool. I feel like Gail could have been used a little bit more. I'm not saying that I don't think she needed like a chase scene or like a phone call. Oh, what I also didn't like was that Sidney went to Gail's car. I'm glad that she went there, but she was like, I have to run. Like, where are you? Like, how far is the bar and the coffee shop? It's like, those were like, okay, guys, like, I feel like at this point, Sydney's already thinking 3 steps, 5 steps, 10 steps ahead of this. So why would she run across town and then call her daughter? She knows she can get there easier in a car. Why would she just disappear? I don't know. They could argue as like, oh, she's just anxious and she needs to get to Tatum and she just couldn't deal with the car at the moment. I don't know. I wish she just wouldn't have ran across town, because I feel like in that amount of time, that doesn't equate to like Tatum's whole thing. But maybe that's why. Maybe they just wanted to give her time to like have the chase through the town, get to the coffee shop, hide out, do the whole like phone call thing. I get it. She couldn't really do that while driving. Maybe she could have. I don't know. I don't fucking know. I don't know. That one's iffy. But it does also, I guess, kind of make sense, because if Sidney would have gotten there before, those ghost faces wouldn't have lasted. If Sidney pulled up in that coffee shop while they were there, that movie would have been over. Sidney don't play, and especially don't play about her daughter. And I love in the interviews that she was like, oh, Mama Bear's out. And I love that, because that very much tracked. Even that first line where she's like, don't you fucking dare. She's like, don't you talk about my daughter. I was like, oh, she means business. She's like, oh, girl, I'm not retired. She's like, I got this saved up. These are my kids we're talking about. Don't you ever talk about my kids. Especially a fucking psychopath that tried to kill you 30 years ago. Like, girl, don't ever talk about my daughter. Yeah, I loved that. I loved that with Sidney, and like you could feel, and like we've been with these characters for so long, it's like you could feel that with her. You could feel the protective nature and like the ready to fight. Like I get it. I've seen it from my mom. My mom loves her kids, and she would, same thing. It was very real, and she's also a mom, so it's like she could channel that for, you know, this character as well. But yeah, really great. I just love Nev Campbell. Like, I literally want to be in a movie with her. Predictions and wishes for Scream 8. Okay, so predictions I've already talked about, but I'm hopeful and thinking that I'm just hopeful, like, just don't throw this away, that they continue on with the house burning scene from the opening of 7 into Scream 8. It doesn't have to be like a main plot point, but I feel like that in a perfect world, it would make sense for people that are just not happy with 7. I'm happy with 7. But I feel like that will kind of ease people into being like, what's going on? Like, I don't get it. Like, that was just a throwaway opening scene, which no, it wasn't. I feel like which it doesn't have to be, but if they take that opening scene from 7 and continue it on in 8 and say, like, there's a whole other Ghostface out there that's trying to, like, destroy, like, maybe he's trying to destroy all landmarks and, like, iconic places that Ghostfaces have been because he's just fucking fed up. Or it is Stu. Stu is alive. Because it's like, also, again, I'll bring this up again, the small detail of the phone call where Stu's body's never been reported, and he's just, like, maybe he is burning down his own house. He's probably alive. He's probably, like, been undercover and hiding forever. But it's also like, I know it's AI, but it's like, in theory, it's AI, and it's like but I'm like, no one knows what Stu looks like at that age with those scars. So it's like, how, and maybe there's pictures, but it's like, it was the 90s, so how many pictures could they have had to reference and then age him and then give him, you know what I mean? So it's like, maybe he was alive at a point, and maybe he still is, and he was helping them out to throw her off, and I don't know. I would love Stu to be back. I would love any killer to come back that, like, wasn't official, like, because, like, Nancy Loomis, Billy Loomis, Charlie, like, I feel like those people are dead. Mickey, like, everyone is dead. But, like, Jill and maybe Jill and Stu, that would tear. That would shake up a bunch of shit. Because it's like, whoa, where you been? What's going on? Thought you were dead. I don't know. It'd be kind of cool. It'd be sick. I wish that there was a little bit more screen time for the both of them for us to be like, oh, damn, her friend's died. But the biggest thing I was going to say was, I wish that when Tatum comes into the theater after the Ghostface escapes and kills the first two teens in the theater, I wish Tatum would have walked in and been like, what, like, either like let out a scream, saw her friend hanging, had some more like actually saw what happened and like reacted like, oh, this is my life now. Like, now I'm a target. I wish they would have kept that in, or at least either like, maybe it's a deleted scene, or I wish they would have wrote it in, because it's like, it went from like them, like, that whole thing. Tatum walks in and then she's like barely crying until they get home, and she's just kind of like, huh, like, she's like, yeah, they just killed her, and it's like, if my best friend died, and I don't know, like, it's high school, so I don't know. They could also argue shock, trauma. I don't know. If my best friend had died and I saw that, I would be hysterical. I wouldn't even know what to do with myself. But I did like, I guess I kind of like the commentary. Like, I wish I could have saved her. I guess that was like her reaction to it. But it's like, she was right there and it had just happened. And she just walked in, and then Sidney like holds her and is just like, it's okay, it's okay. And it's like, no, it's not okay. Her best friend just died. Like, why couldn't we have seen that? Like, I wish that would have, I wish we could have had more of that. Like, more of like their friends involved in the movie. And then it's like, when they die, because when initial Tatum died, she was there the whole until Act 3. And we were like, oh fuck, like, that was Sidney's best friend. And she died in a really iconic way, but it was just like, oh fuck, like, you're like, damn, I liked her. Like, that was a character. Like, I wish we would have liked them some more, gotten some more jokes out of them, gotten a little bit more about their life, seen them hanging out more instead of just being in rehearsal. Because there was like, what, 2 scenes each? I think the Chloe actress got more. I loved her chasing in the kitchen. I loved the fighting. I didn't like her death though. Like, glass in the neck, she could be alive too. I know, she looked dead. She looked dead. Back to predictions. Definitely want them to continue on with the opening scene in 8. I want there to be a killer that does something different, that isn't so centered on, like, I don't know. I want there to be a different motive, and a stronger one at that. Like, I don't know. And I'm just saying it out loud. I'm not really like saying I have a thing for them. I might in a couple days, or if I see it again, I'll be like, okay, maybe this could be kind of cool as a theory. But I want there to be a bit stronger of a motive. Cause revenge, yeah, we've seen that in 2 movies. We've seen revenge in 3 movies actually. It's been like 2, 3, and 6. Yeah, that's the revenge motive. 4 was fame. 7 was wanting Sidney to be like back in the spotlight in a bad way, where like it's like I want you to be killing ghost faces again all the time because that's what made me want to be a better version of myself, which was crazy, but I liked it. I didn't love it. I liked how, because if Anna Camp wasn't the ghost face and it was somebody else, I feel like they wouldn't have sold that motive as well, because she sold it so well. I was like, okay, that's why she's a ghost face. I'll take it. But again, I want a different motive. The core 4 coming back would be great. Maybe killing off one of them, maybe, or two odd ones out. I don't know who the 2 would be if they were to do that, but I think killing 2 of them would be crazy. Or even opening the movie with one of them dying would be crazy. I think that would be shocking. That would be a high profile kill, because now it's like, if it came to it, they'd be in 3 movies, and it's like, whoa, this is like a Randy Dewey situation. Like, what's going on? So that would be interesting, I think, to shake up the franchise a bit, to keep it more like no one's, like a movie where like no one is safe, because we've had a lot of movies where like everyone's safe. Like 6, barely anyone major died. And then 5, we had like a whole new cast. We had like a new era of survivors. So I don't know. I think 8 should take some even more risks than all the other ones, because it's like that's how you get people to keep coming back and being like, what's gonna happen? Because like I honestly going into this movie, I thought they were gonna kill off my 2 good sisters, Chad and Mindy. I was like, not my girls, not my cookout sisters. Like, leave them alone. And I was happy that they didn't go, but I wanted more of them in the movie. So I don't know. I think they should up some shit in the next one. I think they should take way more risks, and we gotta finish this somehow. I don't think there's so many people in the world. And there's so many people that have been aware of Sidney's life in the Scream universe, that I don't believe that there's not someone out there that's like, okay, I'm the next Ghostface. Like that. It happens every movie. So it's like, I don't know. And then I guess my last thing would be to close up the Stu thing, because it's like I'm still kind of left at like, I don't think he's really dead now. Why bring him back for a whole, he's in a majority of the movie, even though it's FaceTime calls and it's AI. And then again, I'm going to go back to that detail. He literally is not reported to be dead at all. I'll do a ranking. I can do it now. I don't think I need a full video for a ranking of the movies. Where Scream 7 lies for me. Oh, I'll do a out of 10 ranking, and then I'll do a movie tier ranking. So for 7, I think it is a 7 out of 10. And I think that's fair. And it's kind of funny because it's the 7th movie. But I feel like it is a 7 out of 10 because it was good. It made me scared. It made me be like, oh, this is scary. This is a scary movie again. Not that scary movie, but which I'm also excited for, Scary Movie 6. It had the horror element. It was funny. You loved these characters. There was gore that we hadn't seen in a while. There was stakes. There was new, fresh stuff. And everyone just did a good job. Everyone did a great job. And it only misses 3 of those points because of the things I talked about. No fucking AI. Get the AI shit out of there. Like, stop. And yeah, I think that, and then a few other things, like details that were like not closed up. Because again, these movies do a good job of closing up loose ends, either at the end or in the next movie. So that's why I'm like hopeful for 8. But yeah, I think a 7 out of 10 is where I'm gonna put it. First place, Scream 2. Second place, Scream 6. Third place, Scream 4. Fourth place, in the middle, Scream 7. Sorry, love it right now. Fifth place, Scream 5. Yeah. For 6th place, Scream 1, and then third bottom, Scream 3. we all know. We all fucking know. Scream 7 was great. And that's all I have to say. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you liked it and you want more videos of me talking about movies and TV shows or whatever. I watch movies more, but like I can figure it out. But yeah, I like doing videos like this. I like doing reaction videos once in a while. I haven't done some in a minute, but whatever. But yeah, I enjoy doing this video. I'm very passionate about this franchise, as you just heard if you watched all this. But yeah, if you want me to do more videos like this, let me know in the comments or DM me or whatever, or just, I don't know, maybe one day I'll pop out with some more discussion videos about stuff I like. Yeah, and I hope you like this video. I hope you go see Scream 7 and you like it just as much as I did, or not at all, which is your choice, your opinion. Keep it to yourself. If you have nothing nice to say, don't say it at all. I had a great time. I'm excited for Scream 8. I really hope they do it, because this one's making a lot of money already before it even came out, and people are like saying bad things about it, but the money's kind of there, so it's like a rating from critics. Shut up. Like, it's also horror. Like, horror has been like known to like not do as well unless it's like psychological horror, and people are like, oh my god. But anyway, I loved it. I hope you guys like it. I'm gonna probably go see it again this weekend, so yeah. Have a great weekend, day, hour, minute, I don't know. Have a good whatever. Be nice to yourself, be kind to others, and read a book. I don't know. Good night.